I say that choice is a dragon to beware. Choice is a dragon to beware. It occurred to me some years ago that I was not only opposed to abortion, but I really was opposed to choice. Yes, I was anti-choice. If by choice you mean that the sovereign individual gets to decide, apart from the common good, apart from the holiness of man, apart from the law of God, apart from the community, apart from any other consideration, the sovereign individual, it's like a little atom of will, gets to decide what he or she wants to do. If that's what choice is, and that's what it is for many people right across the political spectrum, then I am opposed to choice. Choice is the dragon. I want you to think of how many things, in fact, the greatest and most beautiful things in human life, are ruined to the extent that we choose them. Can you choose to be joyful? Can you plan that? It's absurd, isn't it? Can you plan an adventure? To the very extent that you plan an adventure, it's not an adventure. To the very extent that you seek to control joy, you make sure that you will never feel it. The greatest things in human life are not the things we have chosen. They are the things that we have allowed to choose us. It cannot be an arbiter of the good. Those who hold to their purposes, come what may, end up by murdering a child. Because the child comes to us not as something chosen. Who knows what you're getting when you have a child, after all? Thank God that it comes to us that way. I recall here a scene from Charles Dickens. I think I mentioned this last time last time I spoke to you all last year. This is late in A Christmas Carol, and Ebenezer Scrooge, who is now almost completely undergone, and has now almost completely undergone change of heart. And Ebenezer Scrooge was the man who chose everything. Counting his money, buying bad debts, and screwing as much money as he could out of the people whose bad debts he had bought. He was a repo man. He was a collection agency. Ebenezer Scrooge in control of everything. Tight-fisted, not just with money, but with everything about human soul. Ebenezer Scrooge. And he's moved in the various visions of that fateful night before Christmas by the sight of a being too weak to choose anything, namely that little crippled boy, Tiny Tim. And when the ghost of Christmas future is, when he begs that ghost, please show me some tenderness in connection with the dead. When the ghost takes him to the Cratchit household, there is no Tiny Tim anymore. A little crutch and a stool are preserved in a corner as tokens of their love for this little boy. And the other son in the family, Peter, is reading to the children as the mother sews. It's a kind of a somber scene. He's reading to them, and he reads, "And he set a little child in their midst." You know where that comes from. And you know the rest of it too. "And he said unto them, Suffer the little children to come unto me. For unless you become as one of these, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven." What's it mean? The child, by its very nature, by its powerlessness, the child has very limited range of choice. The child is helpless, and especially the little crippled boy must depend upon others for everything. There's no pretense here about controlling. I'm going to plan on personal line, I'm going to control everything. No pretense there. Can't be. He's just a little crippled child. Unless you become as one of these, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. The greatest thing that we can do in this life is not a result of our planning God help us, but of our refusal to plan, of our willingness to accept a gift. Catholic philosopher Joseph Pieper said, "In the beginning there is always a gift." Your very existence is a gift. That beautiful human being that you call your spouse, male, female, that is a gift. A very holy gift. And the child that comes into your life, whatever makeup that child may have, is so beautiful a gift that to say, "I wish the child were something other than what the child is to sin deeply against the holy. Is not to accept in gratitude the gift that you have been given. We have to become as little children, because otherwise we can never accept the gift. Jesus did not say, "Blessed are those who choose me," but how happy are those who are chosen. He says to his disciples, "It is not that you love me, but that I have loved you." Right? May God grant us not only to welcome little children into our midst, which is the least we can do, but to become those little children who look to their Redeemer, bringing to him no great accomplishments necessarily, no great works of the intellect, but simply our willingness to be loved and to be entered into the book of life. Thank you.